Okay, this is my video report for the teach a lesson assignment. And so the first thing was to list your overall impression of how the lesson went. And so I was able to teach my boyfriend the lesson. I was planning on teaching his parents as well as his sibling, but they were unfortunately unable to make it. But I thought it went pretty good. He seemed to enjoy it, and I liked that I was able to have this lesson plan made beforehand, and then I didn't really have to look off of it, but I was able to remember the things I learned from it to be able to teach him in a fun and easy way. And so 3 things I thought went well. One was that I learned so much from this. So I feel like because I enjoyed it and I learned a lot from it, is enjoyable for me to teach him, which then he seemed to like it as well. And another thing I thought went good was the videos. He really liked the videos. I think I picked videos that were like fun to watch while also informational and got your brain thinking. One thing I liked that I did was at the beginning, like the introduction, I asked, like, were you a picky eater as a kid? And what were some of your favorite or least favorite foods you had as a kid? And, like, asked if he still liked those now, which I know were kind of a lot of questions, but it brought up such good conversation. We were able to, like, relate on some things that we both didn't like or, like, things we did like. For example, he said, what was it? He's like, chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Or he said he ate a lot of cashews growing up. And so now he doesn't really like cashews just because he ate so much of it. And same with that mac and cheese and chicken nuggets. You know, they're such simple things that kids love, but as you eat them so much, you tend to not like them as much. So that was kind of fun to like hear about. And I feel like that was a good segue into my topic of childhood food preferences and the influence of those. And so I also was able to find out like what were things that he thought influenced him in not liking or liking those foods. And a lot of those are like your parents or your siblings, things like that. Like if your friend doesn't like this food, you tend to not want to like it either. I think it's just like human nature in a sense. But let's see. Sorry, I have my notes so I can remember what the questions were. But yeah, I don't know, this kind of reminded me of like my mission and planning for a lesson and then being able to teach it and kind of like following the spirit. One thing I really liked was I related like the spiritual component was the talk Feasting Upon the Words of Christ by Elder Wada. I don't know if I said that right, but and I shared the quote, feasting upon the words of Christ can happen at any time and on any occasion if we prepare our hearts. And I kind of related that back to food. Like, you know, if we don't want to read our scriptures and we have no motivation to, or we're like, oh, that's like too long or too boring, like, we tend to not want to do that. Same with like if we look at food and we're like, ew, that's gross, or that smells weird, or that looks disgusting, then we're not gonna want to try. And so I kind of related that back and how we have to like open our hearts and our minds to the scriptures as we do food in a sense. So that was kind of fun and it brought up a lot of conversation. One thing I think I could have done better is like, obviously I'm with him all the time, but for some reason it just made me nervous. And so I tend to like talk a lot faster or I worry too much. And so I think if I just go with the flow next time, that would be better. And also I do wish that there's more people because I think it would have been fun to just have more interaction and conversation rather than just the two of us. So that's also something I'd probably change. But yeah, sorry, this video kind of went long, but overall, I thought this lesson went good. I had a lot of fun doing it and learning about it, and I do think that after planning this lesson and learning, that's something that will stick with me for a while, and I'll remember it. And so, yeah, thank you.